Hello everyone. Over the last few days, I have had several students ask me two main questions. One, when is the SAE or AET project due? And number two is, how do I make journal entries on the AET website? Unfortunately, we haven't had too much time in class to actually get to sit down and let me show you. So I went ahead and made a video that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to A, check my class calendar so that way you can see when the due date is, and B, how to access the AET to write journal entries. And then the third thing that we're going to do today is I'm going to show you 3 ways to upload pictures onto the AET website so that way you can complete your project by the due date. So first things first that we're doing, on the West Ada School District website, go to the search bar and you're going to type in the name of your favorite teacher that you've ever had, which, by the way, that's Wikoff. And then what you're going to do is type in just the first part of the school that you belong to. For example, I'm going to use this video for both Rocky Mountain and for Mountain View. But for sake and purpose for today, I just went ahead and typed in Rocky. Make sure that you put in the school that you are so that way you're on the right information. You will know that you have the right school when you see your logo, your mascot up here. So Mavericks, we're going to have the bullhead. Rocky, we've got Grizz. Okay, and then to make sure that you're on the correct teacher website, you will see the two most adorable puppies you've ever seen in your life. You're my little Dixie and my little Dee Dee. Okay. So what you'll do, go over here on the side and you're going to click on class calendar. When you click on class calendar, it's going to pull up everything that we've got going on for the month or major due dates. So quite a few of these dates over here are personal skills dates, the sales presentation, etc. No school on April 15th. But the big one that you're going to watch out for is the bright green ones. This is specifically telling you that the SAE out of class project is due. And then on the darker green, I give a description of what all I want to see with that. You're going to have your completed project description done. You will also have 5 completed journal entries documenting the 10 hours that you have spent on your SAE project. And then you're also going to have a minimum of 5, maximum of 10 pictures uploaded to the AET proving that you have completed this project. So at this time, let's go ahead and we're going to switch over to the AET and I'm going to show you how to make the journal entries and upload those pictures so that way you can accomplish these 2 lower objectives. We have already done this. That was that 150-point assignment that we had due back in March. All right. So on the AET website, you're going to sign in. I have my pretend student account with my super secret password. I'll sign in. Now, first things first, I better not see this top one here on any of your classes. This means that you have not registered for a class yet. If you haven't, it's pretty simple. Click on that and it will take you to instructions on how to get it done. Now, what most of you or a few of you have right now is a little line that says you have no active experiences with, or you have active experiences with no journal entries in the last 60 days. If you click on that, it will actually take you to your experience. My experience is bird watching. You can also see that I have 0 journal entries right over here. This is one of the main things that I am going to be looking at when I grade you, is how many journal entries do you have right there. I can click on it and again I see 0. Okay. If you go over here to journal, which is on the top, it gives you a couple of options to make journal entries. As you guys know, in order to develop your AET experience, you clicked on this section. Right over here on this side is where you're actually going to log your journal entries. The first one would be time and class activities. But what we're mainly concerned with today is time in your AET experiences or your SAE. So when you click that, this is going to open up your journal entry. Now, one thing that's pretty cool about this is you can actually backdate for completing a project so that way you can make your journal entries. Many of you probably started working on your SAE project over spring break, and so for sake and purposes of today's video, I'm going to say that I actually had my first time bird watching on March 28th. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. My experience is bird watching. Time outside of class, I spent 2 hours. Now, description of the activity. This is where you need to put in the details that's going to justify this 2 hours. Okay, so you are going to be as specific as possible and explain to me what you did during this time. So just for sake of time, I'm going to say I went bird watching with my grandpa at ... It's Ann Morrison Park, but I'm not going to take all that time to write that. What the next thing that you're going to do is you are also going to write out the supplies or anything that was used during this experiment or during your activity. For example, I would say I used my bird watching guide and I saw blank, 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 ... type of birds during this time. I utilized the following tools to do this, ... Like I said, you're taking this area, this description of the activity to justify the hours that you spent on this. If you just say, I went bird watching with my grandpa and I saw 5 birds, that doesn't tell me that you learned anything out of this experience. Make sure to be as detailed as possible. Okay? Now, what I'm going to show you right now is the first of the 3 options on how to upload pictures. What you will do from this screen is hit select, and then it's going to pull up a list of pictures that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and pick number 3 option, which is actually happens to be an ultrasound from my little son when we had an ultrasound done a short time ago. And when you see that there's an image loaded and it gives you the option to remove, that means that the picture is loaded and it's ready to go. Down here, do not worry about the supervision unless myself, Mr. Stevenson, or Miss Pugh has directly been involved in your project. Otherwise, don't worry about this bottom section. Now let's go ahead and click Save. Oh! Looks like we forgot something. The activity is required. So what you need to do is go over here to this blue bar, hit the drop down, and for sake of time, I'm not going to read all of these to you, but this is where it's just asking for a slightly more specific type of activity that you did. Mine is going to be managing environmental impacts. So you are going to have to evaluate that on your own project to see what you did when you're writing your journal entry. Now go ahead and click Save. As soon as it's saved and it takes you it will take you to this additional screen. To make sure that you actually have a video, you can click Review Your Journal Entries, and you can see that your journal entries have been uploaded here. Keep in mind you need to have a total of 5 of these by the end of the project. The second way to upload pictures is to go under your profile, manage your personal profile information. When you scroll down, you can actually take part in the mobile device setup. So I have already gone ahead and I set mine up. All you do is you take your username for the AET and put it into this block and then hit save. After that, it will save your email, and it makes it so that way you can actually text pictures or email pictures from your mobile device, from your cell phone, and it will upload it onto the AET. So going to the third way of how to upload pictures, you can go over here to the left-hand column and click Portfolio. When you click Portfolio, you can actually see that I already have uploaded a picture. This is one that is actually of Dee Dee and Dixie cuddling in a teeny tiny dog bed. And you can see that it uploaded to General. If you scroll down to Bird Watching, I have the picture from Alex's ultrasound, which I just showed you how to add that. The picture of Dee Dee and Dixie I had texted from my phone and added there. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a third picture to show you how to do this. But from Portfolio, you will hit Choose File. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a picture that is on my Apple phone. And I'm going to pick this picture right over here, which actually happens to be a picture of my husband whooping some zombie butt in a big video game thing, and he happened to be the winner. Not gonna lie, totally one of the reasons I married him. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make journal entries and how to upload pictures onto your AET. Like I said, there's a minimum of 5 pictures required, maximum of 10. We have to have a total of 5 journal entries and a total of a total of 10 hours completed. If you have any additional questions on how to do this, please do not hesitate to email me. I want to make sure that we're not struggling and that we're getting things done. Again, if you need anything, feel free to email me. I hope you enjoyed this video. This video is also going to be loaded on my website under the class, on the class calendar with the AET, with the description of what is due on the AET, so that way you can watch this video again to see how to make the journal entries. Have a great day.